Once upon a time, in a small village in the countryside, there was a young boy named Jack. Jack lived in a small house with his parents and three siblings. Despite their meager means, Jack's family was happy and content, and Jack was known throughout the village for his kindness and helpfulness. One day, Jack was walking through the forest when he stumbled upon an old, dilapidated house. He could see that the house had once been grand and beautiful, but now it was falling apart, and the garden was overgrown with weeds. As he approached the house, Jack heard a faint whisper coming from inside. He pushed open the door, and inside, he found a small, old woman sitting in a rocking chair. The old woman introduced herself as Mrs. B, and she explained that she had once been a great magician, but now she was old and weak, and she needed Jack's help to restore her powers. At first, Jack was hesitant, but Mrs. B promised to teach him magic if he would help her. Jack agreed, and over the next few months, he worked tirelessly to restore Mrs. B's house and garden to their former glory. As he worked, Mrs. B taught Jack everything she knew about magic. She taught him how to control the elements, how to cast spells, and how to make potions. Finally, the day came when Mrs. B was strong enough to perform one last spell. She asked Jack to gather all the villagers in the town square and to bring her a small, white feather. When Jack returned with the feather, Mrs. B began to chant, and a brilliant light filled the sky. When the light faded, the villagers were amazed to see that the old, dilapidated house was now a grand and beautiful mansion, and Mrs. B was young and vibrant once again. Mrs. B turned to Jack and thanked him for his help. She told him that he was now a great magician in his own right and that he would be able to help others with his newfound powers. From that day forward, Jack became known throughout the land as a great magician, and he spent the rest of his life using his powers to help others and to spread joy and happiness wherever he went.